What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of 1 Minute with Me mobile lesson. Unfortunately, this time I cannot leave my house because the boss lady says I can't leave. But I wanted to bring you guys something different today. Today I'm going to actually show you how to take your photo from this to this, all using a free mobile app on your phone. Everything was done on the cell phone, photo editing. Let's get into it. So, all using Snapseed, of course. Let's open this up. Great. Now, actually, this photo, I do not like this photo here because my feet weren't in. Yeah, here we go. This is the photo I want to use. Again, on this shot here, I watched a tutorial earlier about photography stuff. Leading lines that will guide your sight, and in this case, the leading lines are from the railing. They just go straight down to my feet, which also takes you straight down into the street of the photo. So I thought it was a cool shot, and I wanted to kind of work with this. So let's get into some of this here now. First thing I always do is go to tone images, and I will adjust. The brightness is not too bad already, but I want to pump it up. Contrast, I like a heavy contrast. In this image, I'm going to go heavy contrast. Saturation, let's bump this up just a little bit. I don't go too much because that just looks totally cheesy, and yeah, I just don't do it. So let's go to there, just a little bit. 16. Ambience is kind of like contrast and brightness all together in one. This kind of varies. It depends on what I'm actually, you know what, I like how the street looks, so because they just paved the street here. So I'm going to knock this down to get a nice little, I like that right there, but that's just too much. So I'm going to bring this down to here. Highlights, it's not, let's see, knock that down. Okay, highlights, definitely want to knock, ooh, I'm liking this. I like this. I'm gonna knock that down. And warmth, it was about 2-ish, so I'm gonna bring that warmth up right there. That looks good. Okay, so we got this here, just some basic tone imaging. I haven't had any filters, it's just basic stuff. Let me save that. Now what I'm going to do is, what thing is bugging me, it's not completely straight, so I'm gonna go to rotate, and boom, auto rotate kicked in. Nice. Now it's nice and straight. Let's lock that in. That made a big difference. Okay, now I'm not gonna go into curves just yet, but I'm actually going to go to the HDR space, high definition resolution or something like that. And I'm going to move my picture because it's in the way. Let's see here. Natural, people, fine, strong. I'm liking fine. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into filter strength. I'm going to crank that up to see what that looks like. I don't like that. Let's go back into HDR strength, and this time I'm going to click on nature. Let's see what nature looks like cranked up. Filter 50%. That's not the greatest. Let's go back into HDR. This time I'm going to go to strong. Strong's not really making a difference. Let's go to fine. I like that. Look at fine. I like that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna crank this up to like 80. I like that. What I'm gonna do to the brightness is brought it up. Let's bring that back down. Saturation, just a tad bit. Okay, that red cone down there looks a little blown out, so let's back that off just a little, because we already cranked it. Actually, we're gonna leave that at 0. Leave that at 0. Okay, save that. Okay, this is looking interesting. I'm gonna go, what the heck is that? Okay, we're gonna go back into, okay, actually I'm gonna turn the camera off because it's making my phone crash. So back to the edit, I'm going to go into film grade, grainy film is which I use quite often in most of my photos here, and I just kind of scroll through to what looks good to me because this is my photo, and you can do whatever looks good to you because it's your photo. I actually kind of like that blue a little bit, but it was kind of warm. I'm liking this warm look here. This is fantastic. I think that red is just a little blown out. So let's go into style strength, and I'm gonna knock this down a little bit to 49. Film grain. The film grain doesn't show up too well on the cell phone, but when I bring it into the computer, I can tell it's just heavy. So I knock that down always a little bit. Actually, I'm just gonna I don't need it today. I'm taking it out. No film grain. Most of my photos I use film grain because I go for the filmic look. But this look, I'm just trying something different that I normally don't do. I like that. Let's save that. Now, normally what I would do here also is use a vignette. And the vignette is cool because I can place it wherever I want. Let's see here. Yeah, that looks hot. But I want to do something different here. I'm going to go into vintage. And I don't like any of the filters right now. So what I'm going to do is go into vintage. I'm going to knock the style strength down all the way to 0. And I'm just going to use the vignette. Because it's kind of like, I don't have control of it, but I like it because it's just got a different feel to it. Like, I'm liking this. See, I'm going to darken this a little bit to keep the emphasis on my shoes and the center point, the fall point down to the ground there. So what I'm going to do is just bring that to about there, about 50%. That looks nice. They got a little hot zone in the center. I got like this natural center spot that's naturally happening with the vignette on the with this vignette style. But anyways, this vignette is better. I like it. Okay, let's save that. I think I'm getting almost done here. What other thing I wanted to add was I want to give it a slight little fade look. This is something cool. So you got your curves, you put a point here. This bottom one down here controls your shadows, you know. So if you take this and just bring it up a little bit, you notice my shadows, let me bring it back all the way towards the edge, have taken like a grayish tonish, but you don't lose them too much. It just gives it that nice faded look, which is going on right now. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a point back here. I'm gonna bring this back up just to give me my contrast that I took out. It got a little soft. Just to give me a little bit of my contrast back. A little slight S curve there. Let's see what that looks like. You see the black? See the black just turns a little gray? You know what? I'm gonna actually give it a little bit more. I like that. Let's save it. Boom. It just gives it this faded look that I'm kind of into right now. A lot of the Instagrammers, big guys that are doing this faded look. I normally don't use it, but I'm just trying out. You got to think out of the box. I'm just trying new stuff. I like this. If anything, what I want to do is go back to my curves, and I want to select my reds and bring the reds down just a bit because the reds are, to me, a little bit oversaturated. Just a little bit of red out, and I want to crank up a little bit of the blues. I'm actually gonna put this one in the middle. Just the blues. I favor the blues. Ooh, I'm loving this. Save it, baby. Let's save it. Now, this is something new I figured out. Hang on. This is new. I didn't know. This is not new, but this is new to me. I just found this out last week that I can save my looks as a preset. Check this out. Save looks right here. Boom. And I'm gonna change it to HRD Blast. Save it. Boom. I got my look saved. Let's go ahead and export this. Preparing photo. Okay, so dishes are done, man. Here's the first shot. This is the before. And let's go to the after. Boom. Big time difference. Nice. I love it. The reds stick out more. We got the blues popping. We got a little bit of fade in there. The orange is nice and warm. It's just fantastic. I love it. But anyways, this is just to show you, you don't have to have this $1,000 DSLR camera. I use my cell phone and a free software. Man, this thing keeps crashing. This is my third take. Anyways, download Snapseed, Android, Mac, doesn't matter. Free software. Did this with my cell phone. Get out there and make photos. One frame with me. Peace.
If you guys like this video, give a like and a subscribe, and also any comments down below. I'm also going to put some of the presets and save them on the One Frame With Me Facebook page. You can go there and check them out, and you can basically, if you don't want to go through the whole tutorial, you can just take the preset and slap it on your photo. So anyways, I hope that works. Get out there and keep filming. Peace.